how to reprogram your subconscious mind for abundance. My man's got a big head because he knows that his subconscious mind is the key. So he's got his stack of coins, he's got his house, he's got his car, okay? All right, let's get right into it. So, what you've first of all that did fuck all. What you need to first realize is what actually is abundance. Okay? Because a lot of people will say, oh, if I ask you, what do you want? What do you want in life? I want to be abundant. In what? What do you want to be abundant in? Because you have to be very specific about what you want to be abundant in. Otherwise, you might be abundant in the wrong thing. Do you want to be abundant in lack? Because a lot of people are abundant in lack mindset. Because remember, it's the mind that happens first. A lack mindset breeds lack. A lot of people are abundant in poverty mindset. And you have a lot of people that are abundant in success. But again, you say, I want to be abundant in success. Success of what? Do you want to have an abundance of success of lack? Abundant of success of what do you want? Be very specific about what it is you want. Extremely specific. So if you want to be abundant in money, you have to first of all embody the state of being of someone who is abundant in money. What feelings will that person have? Gratitude. They'll be thankful because they've got a lot of money. Peace. They'll be peaceful because they know they got a lot of money. Freedom, which is again, it ties into gratitude, peace. You get the gist of it. But they embodied these things, not because they want the money, but the fact that they embodied these things meant, naturally, this had to happen. Money is an energy that flocks to those who embody the energy of it. You attract money, you don't chase it, okay? So, how are you going to reprogram your subconscious mind for the abundance of what it is that you really want? Yeah? How are you going to do it? What you need to understand first is that 95% of your thoughts are subconscious. Do you know what that means? It means so long as you don't know what's going on in your subconscious mind, you don't really know what's going on in your reality. Or you sure as hell don't know why it's going on. You might know what's going on, but you don't know why it's going on. Okay? So look, this is the baddest thing. If 95, that's a mad percentage. 95%. In fact, what I've even got here is a picture of an iceberg. Look at it right here. It's a picture of an iceberg, and essentially what it's showing is the separation between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The reason the subconscious mind is under, simply because sub. It's below. Okay? This is where your thoughts sink in and manifest, right? So, you have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. If you're trying to think and change things from the 5%, which is the conscious mind, what you need to realize is that the conscious mind is in effect actually already the effect. it's the reality. Your conscious mind genuinely reacts to reality, right? 95% then is subconscious. Realm of reality, a realm of pure potentiality. This is where everything happens. Up here. This is where you want to be focused. Right there. You're trying to change reality by changing an effect without knowing this is the cause of the effect. Simple as. You don't change the effect by changing the effect. You change the effect by changing causes. Which gets me into my next point. And so long as you can internalize this point, I promise you, understanding why things happen in your life and being able to go from position A to your desired reality would be so much easier, because as mentioned before, with my auto framework, you need to acknowledge, understand, transmute, and then reap the outcome or own it. The world, the universe, everything operates on systems. They operate on systems. Businesses operate on systems. The universe operates on systems. You and me, even animals, they operate on systems. Hence it's called an ecosystem. The ecological system still operates. Nature itself operates on a system. What is a system? A system is comprised of key points. We have a system. Cool. We have an input, processes, output, feedback, back into inputs, and you have right up here, which is something a lot of people don't really internalize, the environment in which the system operates. So every single system, you have an input of the system, processes, the output, and feedback. Okay? Your mind operates in the exact same way, or at least your subconscious mind does. So your subconscious mind will have the inputs. What are you repeatedly inputting into your subconscious mind on a day-to-day basis, on a second to second, a minute to minute, an hour to hour? What are you constantly putting in? If you're constantly putting in feelings of lack and the abundance of lack, then by all means, your processes, the things you do on a day-to-day basis, will be reminiscent and reflective of someone whose inputs were of lack. These processes lead to your outputs. What do you see? What are you seeing in your reality? What are you seeing on a day-to-day basis? If you were to take this and implement it to a business, you could say the inputs would be the business ideas, the processes will be the the calls, the outreach, the output will be how many bookings you're getting, the feedback will be the feedback from what, I don't know, it could be reviews, it could be your end of month figures, and your feedback will then feed back into your inputs, working within the environment, which is your business. With the subconscious mind, your inputs are your thoughts, processes are how you act, your output is your 3D, the feedback is how you feel. How do you feel about seeing the 3D? And that affects your inputs again, within the environment being this 3D realm. So, what you need to realize is that most people here are trying to not focus on this point. They instead try and change it right around here. And when they're trying to do that, they wonder, why isn't it sticking? Because the input is not changing. You're trying to change an effect with an effect without changing the cause. If you've got a tainted water supply, changing the faucet is not going to make it clean. You need to change the input of the water. Are you generating clean water for your mind? Where is it flowing from? And then when you realize that your mind operates on this system and it governs 95% of your thinking, well, I think that's a very big percentage. You'd be daft to think it's not. Then you'll come to realize why certain things happen the way they do and why you can change things. Most people, their inputs are based off their old paradigm. And that old paradigm doesn't want to go, it doesn't want to dissolve, it doesn't want to die. That old paradigm is very cozy, it's very comfy, it wants to thrive. But you who knows what you want, remember, when you envision your desired reality, it exists now. It exists this very second. The same way you can envision what you don't want, the second you experience what it is, you envision it, it's an experience right now. Think of something you really want right now. Close your eyes and think of something you really want that you don't have. Think of yourself doing it. How are you feeling? What does it smell? What can you smell? What does it feel like? What can you hear? Engage your senses. Can you feel how you're feeling? That emotion you're feeling. Your body doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's fake. This is why you have to be delusional. This is why you have to gaslight yourself until it's real. But what you need to realize is that it's real before it shows in reality. Because in reality, everything happens in the subconscious before it actually makes itself manifest. When you understand that, you can then reverse engineer essentially. Even if you don't want to work from this way, you can then understand that the feedback is because of your output, it's because of your processes, it's because of your input. So long as you understand how a system works, because it operates in a loop, you then have the ability to reverse engineer. So long as you know what your limiting beliefs are, so long as you know what you're inputting into your subconscious, you can then control the effect. But so long as you can't actualize what's going on here, you can't change the effect because this is the cause. The same way that you've thought of something that you don't like, there's things you think of on a day-to-day of things the same way you thought of something you do like, there's things you think of a day-to-day that you don't like. There's an abundance of you watching this right now, and I know you're watching this, people who are in relationships that think of scenarios that they don't like. Maybe their partner cheating, or she's going on that holiday, they're gonna do something mad. And then eventually it happens. Because your inputs were of that. It's very simple. What governs your subconscious is what you'll see. You felt that feeling, despite it not happening, you felt it so much. Some of you probably even cried from these scenarios. That's like the height of emotion. Some of you probably cried from these. And then your partner will come home and then you give them attitude and they're angry and you wonder, and they're probably sitting there wondering, why are they angry with me for? Or something happened in a dream and you've gone and extrapolated it to them, and then all of a sudden they wonder, why are you angry for? And then what happens? That same negative emotion, just flip it. Remember what I was saying with the line. Negative and positive are the same emotion experienced from a different perspective. They're just vibrating at different rates. Hot and cold, it's the same thing. Everything exists within a polarity, so long as we exist on this 3D realm. If you want to change cold water to hot, you boil it. What's the act of boiling? It's the particles vibrating so high, they become hot. Still the same. Eventually it becomes so hot, it becomes gas. What does gas do? It condenses. And what does it do? It creates cold water. Because it operates on a system. Inputs, processes outputs, feedback back into inputs. That's how people distill stuff. That's all sciencey stuff. Everything exists within polarity. So long as you understand what you're inputting, you understand what you're outputting. If you want to understand what you're inputting, there's a free framework. The auto framework is in the bio. Be honest with yourself. Understand what you're inputting. Change it, transmute it, own it, and reap the fruits of the seeds you've sown. It's very simple. Like, subscribe. If you didn't like it, dislike, dissubscribe. It's not even a word, I made it up right now. Have a blessed day regardless. I'm about to go eat.